hey, at least we still have all of our experience and everything else. So I guess at least it's different. I wish I had my old map. I probably do have it somewhere in my parents' house. But when you got this game with your Nintendo Power subscription back in the day, you got a card that told you what level you got what spells and how much different armor was and like when you could go to which town or whatever. Of course, like you could go anywhere you wanted to, anytime. It's just that the difficulty of the enemies is kind of what kept you in a certain order most of the time. But like I heard that there was some people that just decide not to save the princess and just do all the other quests. And I've never tried that myself, but I thought it was kind of a cool thing that you could completely ignore one of the main quests of the game and just go on and accomplish the other one. Well, I hope we're getting attacked this much now so that we don't have to get attacked this much when we get into the harder area. Hey, what's up, Nana? Welcome. So, since the people in the chat I don't think have been watching the stream, I will talk a little bit about the things that I've been talking about when I started. And yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Today was a pretty crazy day at work, but it's been fun. I've been also playing Fire Emblem Fates, which I definitely recommend to anyone that likes strategic RPGs. But getting back to point here, Dragon Quest, the Japanese version, is quite a bit different than the version that we got in America, mostly because there was a 3-year gap between release dates. So of course, by the time it was 1989, this game didn't quite look as good as a lot of other games on the system, so they upgraded a lot of things. Oh, I don't know why I used 2 spells there. But you might notice, for one, my character never changes the way that he faces. He's always facing the screen, and if you walk side to side, they call it the crab walk in Japanese. For the American version, of course, they fixed that, and whatever way you face is the way that you walk. So of course they had to add 3 separate sprites for the hero, and then they added even more sprites for when you save the princess in the game. One other thing, since I can't face different directions in the game, if I pick talk, which is the first option on my screen here, you notice that I have 4 options. One is north, and then west, east, south. So you have to pick the direction of the person that you want to talk to them. Since there's no NPCs around right now, I can't really talk about those differences, but when we get to that part, I will definitely mention it. Man, for as hard as these enemies are, I wish they gave a little bit more experience. Yeah, I guess it is kind of a strange design decision, but you got to remember that this is one of the very first RPG games that had a command window. Before this, games like Wizardy and Ultima were on computers, so you were able to type the commands in. So it's kind of like the difference between like Linux or a Unix. Oh my god, we're getting attacked like every 2 steps. A command prompt, and then being able to click on, you know, the little picture of a computer or whatever on a Windows machine. So this was basically the first attempt to make a paper RPG into something simple enough to where anyone could just pick it up and kind of figure it out. See, I went this way last time, right? I hope this is the right direction. Man, I feel like we were maybe so close to at least figuring out if we were on the right track or not. And then that... Oh my god, it's a metal slime! Oh, but he ran away before we could even attack him. Well, that's... Them's the breaks. Those metal slimes, man, they're fast as fuck. Alright, here's the guy that stomped us last time. Let's just run away. Okay, I feel like... Ah, this is the swamp. I feel like... Is it on the other side of the swamp? So I want to head to the town that is surrounded by a stone wall, and for some reason I forget the exact path on how to get to that town. Oh wait, there it is. It's right freaking there. So I gotta figure out how to get up north across this water. Maybe that's why all this stuff is so hard. I gotta go up this direction. And I forget what the town is called in the original English version. All the town names are different. Except for maybe Realmador. That might be the same. That's the town far east. Let's see how we're doing on HP. We're good. We're good. Yeah, I'm not screwing around with these wolf lords. Looks like we're fast enough to run away from them consistently too, which is awesome. Alright. Okay. So, just so I don't die again, I know what's coming up here, and I want to make sure I'm prepared for it. Alright, here is the one and only golem in the entire game. And this is, I guess it's kind of like the second boss, but there is a secret. If you remember in Cole, we met an old man that said that there was a legend that fairies could put the golem to sleep. And then in that same town, south of the spring, we found ourselves a fairy flute. So we're gonna give a blow on that flute here. And he is asleep. And he woke up already. Ooh, 28, okay. Well, let's blow it again. It's funny, the very first boss that we fought was also an enemy that we had to put to sleep. Alright, he's sleeping again. I'm gonna take this opportunity to heal up a little bit. Still sleeping? Yeah, let's give it one more. Might as well be full power. I don't want to take any chances here. He woke up though. Yeah, since all the battles are one-on-one, doesn't matter if you hit enemies or not. Like, they just wake up when they wake up. Alright, he's asleep again. But man, we were full energy and now we're down to 47 HP. It's crazy. Oh yeah, did that happen in Pokemon too? Alright, we got him. And wow, look at all that experience, guys. 5 whole experience and 7 gold for that epic battle there. Well, thankfully there's only one of them in the entire game, so we don't have to do that every time. And look at this place. Now, in the new game that just came out in Japan, Dragon Quest Builders, this is actually where you start the game. And until we beat this game, I don't want to spoil anything, but the situation is quite a bit different. Alright, wow, where do we even start? There's a lot of stuff to explore here. Well, nothing in that room, I guess. So let's talk to this guy. So actually, what I can point out is, I'm not sure if any of you played the original Dragon Warrior, but all these sprites look a lot different. And it's still the same problem, like they only face one direction. So, and they even move a little bit different than the American game. Alright, so he's saying that the Dragon Lord has claws that can go through metal. And he can melt stones with his fire breath. Well, that sounds pretty fucking crazy. So he's like, are you gonna still go and try to defeat him? And we're gonna say, hells yeah. He's like, you are a true hero. Now, just for shits and giggles, let's tell him no. Yeah, it's probably a good idea that you don't. No one would blame you. Yeah, but we're not going to be a pussy about it, and we're going to go and kick his ass. Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely suggest it. Dragon Quest VII is super huge. Like, it's a really long game. Like, I know some RPGs like advertise like over 100 hours of gameplay. That game is 100 hours just to get past the main story. So there's a lot to do in that game. And Dragon Quest VIII is just amazing. I think there's a huge graphical upgrade for Dragon Quest VII. And it looks a lot more like Akira Toriyama's original drawings, which is great. And then I believe that Dragon Quest VIII is more of a port of the PS2 game, so it'll look really similar to the original game. Alright, so looks like we found ourselves a item shop. Let's see what they got. Oh, just torches and herbs. Don't really need that. Yeah, 7 is crazy. Like, they spent years on that game, and it's just huge. Some people thought it was just like too big, so they scaled it back for 8, and they concentrated more on presentation, I think, than they did on the actual like quests and stuff. But yeah, 7